If the stars were made to worship, so will I.
Hi there. Today's reading from Dr. DeMay's devotional book is from week 13, I believe, day 5. We're halfway through the journey to Jesus, 2,000 years, and Abraham is on the scene. Humankind has been struggling mightily, but now there's hope because God has said he will use Abraham and his descendants to start shining the light of the gospel to his lost children, and it would be based on belief, not works. And we so carefully examined in the story of the offspring of Isaac in Genesis 22. And the covenant between God and Abraham, and remember believers, we are also children of Abraham, would be forever. And I will establish my covenant between me and you and your descendants after you and their generations for an everlasting covenant to be God to you and your descendants after you. Genesis 17:7. Abraham would miraculously have Isaac, whose name is a true reflection of the heart of God, meaning he will laugh, he will rejoice. And Isaac would have Jacob, whose name would be changed to Israel. And he would have 12 sons, which would be the tribes of Israel. This nation would be collectively known as the children of Israel. And they would serve as the beacon of God's light in the world and of hope. And the promised Messiah would come from them, specifically from the tribe of Judah, and specifically from a virgin girl from that tribe. Isaiah 7:14. But that would take another 2,000 years. Something very significant and, in a way, very tragic would have to come about first. And I mean, it had to come about. Because remember, the whole universe was watching this human drama play out on planet Earth and trying to decide if God it was really good and just and righteous, and whether or not he was this way all the time. Even with his fallen little free-willed humans who'd been made in his own image. How was he going to deal with their sin problem? God had human beings on a sort of probation up to this point. They were sinning, for sure, but not against him, as he had not given them laws and rules since the one given in the garden. Things were in limbo. The universe was still unsettled, and things were about to get even worse. That's where we'll pick up next time. There's another mountain looming on the horizon, and it's not Mount Moriah. It's Mount Sinai. Wow.